Welcome everybody, thank you for tuning into my channel. So on today's video, I'm gonna show you 3 exercises that I would consider shoulder mobility exercises. So if you're interested in learning about concepts like this and many more, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Assuming that we're already warmed up and the body is good to go, I'm gonna start by showing you the first exercise. What we'll need for equipment is a loop band or a TheraBand, ideally something that is going to be stretchy and something that we can put up over our head. So to begin this exercise, it's called the pull apart. We're gonna put our arms up over our head, and as we do so, we wanna make sure that we're going into that posterior pelvic tilt. As soon as we flex our arms over our head, we normally have the tendency to extend the lower spine. We don't wanna do that. We actually want to go into that posterior pelvic tilt. Make sure that we're squeezing our stomach and we're tucking our tailbone down. Now, holding that position, you can see here that I'm trying to get my arms up and as far back, flexed as much as I can up overhead. At this point, I want to make sure that my elbows are locked out and that my fists are about shoulder width apart. Elevating the shoulders, holding for 2 seconds. Then I'm going to bring the band apart. I'm going to depress my shoulders and I'm going to feel my shoulders pinching together. So once again, I'm going to get to the top. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Coming down, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Coming up, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Coming down, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. You're gonna repeat this exercise for 10 repetitions, and you can do it in this circuit, and normally you'll do somewhere between 3 rounds. You can do a little less, you can do a little more, depending on how you're feeling that day. All right, so that is called the pull apart. Our next one that we're gonna do is called the whip it, and it's the same thing. We're gonna use the same band, except this time to get set up, I'm gonna put the band in back of my body, like so. So to start the exercise, I'm going to let the band pull my arms as far back as I can. This is going to be retraction of the shoulders. From here, you're gonna feel your shoulder blades pinching together. Now, what I'm gonna do for this exercise is I'm gonna bring my hands in front of my body and I'm going to separate my shoulders as much as I can. Notice how the band is going just below my shoulder blades. It's crossing over my lat muscles, across or underneath the tricep and across the elbow. It's gonna be the same tempo with this exercise. I'm gonna hold for 2 seconds here, and then I'm gonna go into protraction and I'm gonna hold for 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Same thing, I'm holding that posterior pelvic tilt with my stomach and my hips. And one thing to notice with this is that just because we're moving the shoulders doesn't mean that we're moving the spine around. Okay, so we wanna make sure that we're keeping our spine still and you're just moving the scapula. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Again, you're gonna repeat that exercise for 10 repetitions. And now finally, the third exercise we have is great for our health of our shoulders. And once again, it's considered a mobility exercise. It's called a Cuban rotation. So when we set ourselves up for this one, I'm gonna start standing up nice and tall. I'm gonna be holding that posterior pelvic tilt. I'm gonna get my arms so that they're running parallel to the ground, and I wanna try to keep, as best as I can, a 90-degree angle at my elbows. Now, as far as the tempo goes, I'm going to internally rotate my arms to go down, 2, 3, 4, up, 1, 2, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 1, 2, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 1, 2. So with this exercise here, it's the same thing. We're gonna do it for 10 repetitions. You can actually just do this with your hands or maybe a couple cans of tomato soup. You don't need that much weight to effectively work your shoulder muscles, especially these external rotating muscles, all right? So that's what I have for you today. Make sure you watch the videos that are on the screen to learn more ways to incorporate movement and exercise into your life. As always, this is Mini Movement Man saying be kind to one another and move well. Peace.